So this morning is what I'd call a danger morning. The biggest risk for this morning is time blindness. So it's just completely losing track of time. I don't have much of a sense of time and I'm still waking up a bit. And it will be really easy for an hour to go past. And suddenly I'm running late to work, particularly if I'm filming a video like this. I've not prepped anything the night before. I normally put my things in like a bowl or like a central place. I normally iron my clothes. I normally sort everything out. So in the morning, I'm not forgetting where different things are. The first thing I'm going to do on a morning like today is I'm going to set a timer because the chances of me running late are really high. I still need to iron everything. I still need to find where my wallet is. I still need to find where my pass is for work. Because I've not done anything the night before. And because of how my brain works and ADHD, I don't remember where I've put anything. And the odds of forgetting something are very high. So, timer, it's 7:15. So I've got time, but I won't, and I'll run out of it very quickly. A 20-minute timer, and what I'll do is I'll just get my ironing done in the first 20 minutes. So that's how I'll work, is I'll break up into blocks. But what a timer does with ADHD is it turns it into a bit of a game or a bit of a challenge, and it can help that time blindness. So firstly, it's like a race against the clock. And secondly, if I do go a bit time blind, a little alarm will go off. And because of the little alarm, I will know 20 minutes has gone past. So this will stop me being late for work. And it also makes it easier to concentrate on boring things like ironing, putting together my bag, whatever it is, those little day-to-day tasks that if you've got ADHD, you find boring and might miss. So yeah, just a little basic watch timer, 19 minutes left. So I'm going to do my ironing. I also forgot to mention, I actually have to find my clothes, which is fun, isn't it? So there we go. With ironing, the thing that will happen is I will set off and then I will worry if I've left the iron on. So even if I've turned the iron off, I'll worry about it. So what I do now is I say out loud, and it sounds ridiculous, but it helps me. I say out loud, I have turned the iron off. So what I'm going to do now, as I unplug the iron, I will say out loud, I am turning the iron off. And I have turned the iron off. As ridiculous as it sounds, what it does is it gives me a memory. So with ADHD, in the morning, I might forget if I've turned the iron on or off. If I say out loud, I have turned the iron off, I'll remember it. So as I'm driving to work, I'm not thinking, fuck, have I switched the iron off? Because the last thing I want to do is burn my girlfriend's house down. So, yeah. If there is anything in the morning, like electrical, like if you're cooking your food or iron or anything like that, where it could be something you worry about when you leave, if you've turned it off or not, just say it out loud. It sounds ridiculous, but it gives you a memory then, so you know you've definitely done it. Ironing complete. I'm going to look at my timer now, and I can see that I've actually still got 7 minutes left. So I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to look at that, and it's 7:30 now. I can leave the house at 8:10. So I know I could set a 40-minute timer and leave on time. But if I do that, it's thinking in the wrong way for ADHD. So I actually want to aim to leave maybe 15 minutes early. So instead of aiming to leave at 8:10, I want to aim to leave at 8:55. And that's the best way to manage my time, because I've got really bad time blindness. So I can't always tell how much time has gone past. It's really difficult for us. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set a timer for another 20 minutes. And that will take me up till 8:50. I'm now going to try and finish the rest of my morning, have my shower, get dressed. I'm going to try and tidy up the house a little bit before I leave. I'm going to try and do that in 20 minutes, all right? So it's a bit of a time challenge, but I know when that timer goes off, I've still got 15 minutes left. So I'm always trying to plan a bit ahead. So my alarm's just gone off. I'm washed, showered, I've ironed my clothes, I've had a cup of coffee. all with my timer and speaking out loud. I could leave for work now. One of the things with ADHD is stuff gets messy quickly. There is destruction and devastation behind me. There are clothes everywhere. There's clothes everywhere. Because I've done a timer, not for when I need to leave, but for about 10-15 minutes earlier, and I've worked towards that time, I now have 5-10 minutes just to tidy up. I have really bad time blindness. I struggle in the morning to think, what do I have to do next? All of that sort of thing. All I do is I talk out loud and I use my digital watch. That's it. And between those two things and setting good timers for an appropriate amount of time, I can get everything I need to get done. Even on a day like today, where I didn't prep the night before, my time blindness is worse than normal, and it's all a bit messy. I can manage it all. I'm surprised at how much you can clean and get done in 5 minutes. So 5-minute timer, I'm just going to clean up a little bit. This is the mess that I've actually created. So I'm just going to make sure everything's a bit tidy and clean for when my girlfriend gets home. Otherwise, it just looks a bit shit, doesn't it? But before I leave the house, I always do a check. And I'll say it out loud. So I'll go, right, I've got my wallet, I've got my keys, I've got my lanyard, and obviously I'm filming on my phone. But I always say it out loud, just so I'm not worried as I go to work. Have I got everything? I didn't want to make an ideal routine video. I wanted to show you something which is a bit more what happens when you don't have your normal structure. So I've said at my girlfriend's. I'm a bit more relaxed. I've got more time blindness. How do you then, with ADHD, cope with that morning? It's all about little digital watch, good use of timers, talking out loud. And because I've spoken out loud, I'm now not worried about whether or not I've left the iron on. So that's really important. So I'm not going to work thinking, have I left the iron on? Did I forget my wallet? Did I tidy up? I will do a video on what a normal structure looks like the night before, but I hope this kind of slightly messier morning, but still getting to work on time, still managing everything, is quite realistic and quite helpful in terms of ADHD kind of support. So yeah, I hope that works for you if you're watching. And I'm going to be making more videos like this, so if you did want to subscribe or like or anything like that, that would be great. But yeah, thank you, and I hope it's helpful. Right, I'm on time. I'm ready to set off to work, but I'm going to do a final check now. So I always do this. So I'll say, wallet. Have I got my keys? Oh, there's my keys. I've got my lanyard.